Okay, so now I have the helmet, and now I need a body. Let's just give him a little cube body. Obviously, not gonna be just a square. I go to path, object to path, and I'm gonna shape it. Very proud little fellow. This is as dark as this one, so with Ctrl D I duplicate this, I remove the stroke, and I make it light. And now I have a lighter part in here. See, it's a bit of simple 3D-ish thing that I give a bit of shading to my character. Just 3 colors, but still gives a nice amount of shading. Now I give the shoulder plate. Oh, before that, Ctrl G, let's group this together. Okay, so the body is one group. I draw the shoulder plates. It's just a rounded square, which I cut off with Ctrl minus with another square. I make it this color. And I bend the bottom. It's nice. Now I make a trick. I take this one and I put it here as covering the edge of the plate. And this cover can be, let's say, looking like this. Perfect. Like a very shiny thing. Okay. I go to path, stroke to path. This way it's gonna be a stroke path, so it's not a stroke anymore. I do the same with these ones. Path, stroke to path. Perfect. And now I add a light, which is a highlight. Doesn't need a stroke, needs a fill, and that fill has to be very bright. Okay, maybe not this bright, but a bit bluish. Okay, perfect. No, maybe it can be very bright. Okay, so this is my very high highlight in this drawing. I duplicate the basic shape, select both, and I go to path, intersection. And now I have it cut, and with page down I just push it under the other one. Now I select all of these, Ctrl D, Ctrl plus, merged it together. And now I give it a stroke. A stroke which is 18, so my double stroke, and I send this to the back. I group it up, and I did basically the same which I did with the helmet. And now I have this beautiful shoulder plate. Okay, gonna be a bit easier with the arm. I do it like this. The stroke this time gonna be just 9. I make it this middle blue, align it, with Shift Ctrl A I open the alignment and align it like this. Okay, I add the circle as well to cover up the joints. Perfect. And I can add another little circle in it just to make a highlight. I pick my highlight blue and I remove, with Shift Ctrl F, I remove the stroke. Tiny things, small things, but these gonna make it shiny and more alive. If I go into the helmet, I can add Control D, this blue, and I can add a highlight also here. Control minus, and duplicate the blue. With Control star I made the difference. So now it even has a highlight here. I could even give it here. You can play as much as you want. You can give as many details as you want. Just want to make a simple character for you now. So this is the arm. This will probably move as one piece. You could break it up differently. Just for now it's gonna be one piece. This is the lower arm. And it's gonna have a gauntlet, which is like a big metal glove, basically. A very simple one it's gonna be. Gonna look like a proper oven mitten. Fix the edge. Select these, pull them together, select this edge, make it rounded, so it looks like a proper glove. Alright, and the fist I'm gonna make very easy now. I just make a rounded shape. And I merge it with Ctrl plus, and that's my hand. What I also can do, make it darker and duplicate it. Make a, I don't even duplicate, I make a brighter part for the fist. And this here, Ctrl D, intersection. Now I have the hand. I duplicate it, give it a stroke, shift, click, and this stroke has to be 18. You already know why, because I will put it in the back, behind the group. It's a bit big now with the outline, and if I scale it down now, the stroke go also a bit smaller. It's gonna be 15 point whatever pixels. So before I scale it down, I turn off this one. So when scaling object, the stroke won't go with it. Turn it off. The stroke goes back. Nice, I have the fist. I need this one in one group, the lower arm and the fist. Now I just move away the arm. Alright, and I give the little guy, maybe he's already standing too tough, so I just round it a bit. Perfect. Alright. Body is in the middle, arm is there. Okay, what I need is the lower part. Gonna look a bit like diapers. I know, but still it works. This is the lower part. with the end I put it behind. And I am adding the legs, which I am copying for this element, because I want the legs being the same as my arm. I circle it totally. Again, add this one for the knees. And then with this one I'm gonna play a bit. I corner it out totally. And I go to path, object to path. And I make it a bit thicker. Like the lower leg is a bit thicker, it has a calf. I double click at the node, pull this one off, and give him little boots. Put this behind. Perfect. Now these and these I group up as one object, and this is just another. Maybe it can be like not as thick. Okay, we are getting there. So I have my little knight. Reset the node. I already can play with it, like it's moving for glory. Okay, and I duplicate this. With the end I send it behind, and I know about it's gonna be about here. I make it darker, so that's behind. I can even make it more dark. Okay, so it stands out more that it's at the rear one. Do the same with the arm. I duplicate, and this will be the rear arm, so I take away the shines and I use this darker blue. With this, what I create is depth and easier to understand how to animate. It's good for us now for learning, but it's also good for the game if it looks better and easier to understand. And now I can even move the arm. What I see, it's too long, so I make it shorter. And why is it too long? That I don't need this one. And I just put the gauntlet higher. I don't need this element. Just don't want him to have too long arms. Okay, more or less. So this is fine, and this is shorter. So that's it. He has arms, he has knees, he has elbows, he can bend, he can move. I will add also a little bit of extra in the next video, and then we are exporting and ready to animate.